out. Got a little
Hey man, I don't know what's wrong with that. I got it on the blue screen, but you know what I mean. I can't.
huh?
That's that. That's that old new
Oh, yeah,
nerd
that's
swag,
cool.
bro.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I just got that in today, homie.
Yeah, it almost kind of looks like the Predator, when he's in the jungle, it kind of just blended
Hey, I like
in.
that, Russ. I like that. I like that. I like that. Ain't nobody see me, man. Ain't nobody see me. Yeah. I I got the website. You can tell by the last name there of what my business is, but I won't say it out loud, because we might get this taken down. But I got some
Right.
stickers made for everybody that maybe wants a sticker. Hey,
Hmm.
hey, dollar bills, baby, dollar bills. Holler at me. We'll get you some stickers. All right, all right. I just had to throw that out there real quick, Russ. How you
Yeah.
doing, brother? Are
Oh,
you?
shit.
Hey, I thought you was on vacation.
No, we're going Tuesday.
Oh,
Leaving Tuesday and Wednesday. Not.
which is
Yeah, my
which is
my
our
weekend.
normal recording date, right, Russ? And
Right.
that's why we gathered here. I shared it to the Dynasty Happy Hour retweet group, our
Right.
group, that we make, and we retweet everybody's work. And I was like, me and Russ going live tonight, yeah, like a monster truck rally, you know what I mean? And got
Right.
us all excited, And then Tyler posted Dynasty Happy Hour tonight. And I was like, ooh, my bad, but we didn't do this on purpose, we didn't do this
Right.
intentionally.
Yeah.
So
No, it's all good.
we still ain't,
Just
we're live, by the way, but, we still ain't went official, you know what I mean? So,
that's cool. Yep.
if you want to, let's get this link shared out and get anybody that'd like to join us in here, brother.
No.
Let's get this link shared out and get some questions and shit coming in so we can get this bad boy interactive.
Yeah. I just can't get over that Predator look you got going on. I
Hey
think
man, I don't know why it's
he
doing
created
that. Let me jump. Hey, let me jump in these settings real fast. Let me jump in these settings.
it's
I
all
bet I
good.
can. Let me fix that up. Hey, I got you, buddy. And like I was telling you, man, we can go over all this stuff. Hey, look
Oh,
at
there
that,
you go.
man.
Well,
Woo! There it is.
right.
There we go, man. There we go. Pretty
Wait.
kitty. Pretty kitty. Pretty kitty. Pretty. All right. Let's get. Let's see. Hey, check it out. I got the old glider. I got that old glider rocking chair. You remember them old glider
Yeah.
rocking chairs, man? Hey,
Yeah.
my grandma passed away, dude. I ain't got much of my grandma's at all, homie. But the two
Yeah.
things I do got was her set of kitchen knives plus this glider rocker, man. You know what I mean? So I feel like every time I do a show, I gotta go. I got old Mama Helen with me. You know what I mean? I got old Mama right there with me,
That's cool, man. Good way to
man.
show respect there.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I see we're on live on YouTube here. So let's get this link shared out here, buddy. I know, Coach Dingus. I know he
Oh,
was asking. I know
yeah.
he was asking what time we was firing up tonight. So I love old Coach. Anytime we got Coach, he's good company.
Right.
Oh yeah, we live there, Russ.
The big show, live and in charge.
But until we get in hold of him, buddy, you want to go ahead and lead us into IDP Power Hour here, brother. The Dynasty Happy Hour IDP Starship, brother. Hey, one thing real quick before we get started. I've never seen Star Wars, Russ.
Yeah.
I've never seen Star Wars at all, brother. And Mike Waller, I know you know old Mikey Mike. He sent me a list of what order to watch them in.
Oh
And
yeah.
brother, hey brother, last 2 days I've been deep in them, man. I've been deep in them. I'm tying it into a story here, article here for the nerds, man. I'm deep into it right now, Russ. I'm on. Have you seen the Star Wars? You watch the Star Wars?
There's a few of them. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen. Like I remember the Jabba the
Hey,
Hutt and the Black
Some of
Panther.
them, Russ, are sleepers. I call them sleepers, and we're
Oh
gonna get
yeah.
into sleepers tonight. But
Right.
some of them, some of them are sleepers, bro.
Uh, Good
All
afternoon
right,
nap time.
yeah. Hey, but man, you want? Hey, we'll give us a little old countdown right here. You lead us in this week, brother. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. We've been meshing this show together, man. Sky's the limit here, Russ. So hey, it's
Yeah.
all you this week, brother. All right. So here we go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dynasty Happy Hour, IDP Power Hour. Thanks to our partners at the Dynasty Happy Hour for putting on this show and sharing the information and content. And hopefully, everybody gets a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of knowledge out of it as well. So we got Oklahoma Doug over here. He's got
Hey, did
something going
somebody
on.
say entertainment?
Oh, a little bit.
My man, Russ. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you got the trophy smack at the Oklahoma Doug.
Yep, and that's
Yeah,
real important this time of year, buddy. You know, a lot of people are firing up them leagues, and with the owners voting 29-3, Russ, to
wow.
start up the season on time. Camps
Yeah,
are coming. Camps are coming this next coming up week. The owners voted 29-3, brother. If the owners voted 29-3 to start up camps, hey, brother,
it's happening.
I'm leaning towards football, Russ. You know, I
Yeah,
don't want to say that out loud. Did I
right,
say it out loud? My bad. My bad. I don't want to jinx it, Russ. But
right. Yeah,
it
no
looks
kid.
like football's coming. So
Yeah.
those leagues that might have been created, use that promo code, all caps, Oklahoma. OKLAHOMIE for a free $60 ring with any trophy purchase. You purchase a trophy, use that promo code, bam, $60 right there. Woo, woo, woo. Icy. It's icy, Russ. It's
That's
icy,
nice.
baby. Carry on, my brother. Carry on.
Yeah. No, shoot, we got some big news to share a little bit with the whole Jamal Adams going to the
Oh, yeah.
Seahawks.
I know we got a
Man,
lot
people are
tuned in
jumping
right
all over
now.
that.
It looks like we got a total of 0 viewers right now, but I know we got a lot coming later. I know they're coming, Russ. I know
Yeah,
they're coming, buddy. And
that's,
yeah, just like you said, that woo, Jamal Adams. Let's kick this bad boy off. Thanks to Dynasty Happy Hour, myfantasyleague.com, and Trophy Smack, all the sponsors. Russ, let's get right into it right now. How does Jamal Adams affect the landscape of IDP? Let's get right into it, bro.
oh, well, to be honest, I was debating on whether to drop him in my own format or not, and I dropped him maybe a couple, and that's just because Um, my league is more based off of tackle scoring. Depending on your scoring of your league, if you're more tackle reliable than big play, I think he's got an opportunity to make more big plays being at Seattle. I mean, kind of reminds me of Earl Thomas when he was there, being able to
Good call.
throw him out there in the center field. And with I'm a little skeptical to see, the pass rush, I guess, from Seattle. Hopefully that's there to help that, but as far as Bobby Wagner, he's got plenty of tackles to eat up. And then actually, I dropped KJ Wright, to be honest with you, a little bit because I think Jamal Adams will probably get into some of that as well because he plays up on the box. Um, he does bring a lot of versatility to that team, and I think the NFC West probably has the strongest defenses, probably in IDP and in real football. Period. I mean, the Rams maybe not so strong, but they still got John Johnson and Taylor Rapp. So I mean they're no slouch either. There's some pretty strong players there, but as a whole, that NFC West is just crazy. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Man, I
I
think
don't
you
know.
nailed it there on that division, Russ, man. It is crazy there. I mean, right? The way that defense is shaping up. You know, they brought Kyle in, to kind of be the same of what Bill Walsh was, and that's what I'm going into this article with Dynasty Nerds here is how they want Kyle Shanahan to mimic Bill Walsh, how they want it to be like that. And if we're being honest here, Doug Frederick had a better coaching career than Bill Walsh. I mean, he just couldn't get it done at the end. I mean, if we're going to be honest with each other, but it's just like you said, Russ. This defense is this 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 division is loaded with defensive talent, man. It through and throughout, man. It's just
Right.
since we're on the topic though, Russ, who's going to play linebacker there in LA for the Rams? I mean, if we're going to put this division on a pedestal as one of the better defenses. Who
Right.
play linebacker there? One of the key spots, brother. Who's going to do that?
Well, there's a lot of Mike Kaiser and that John Johnston I've heard. Uh, I don't. Yeah, I'm not too big on those
That
guys.
was about the Kaiser. What was it? What is it about John Johnson? Is there rumblings of John Johnson coming down?
Not. No, I'm sorry, not John John. What that Clay Johnston? I'm sorry, Clay
Okay, okay, I
Johnston.
got you, buddy. No, it's
Yep.
all good. Yeah, yeah, Clay
Uh,
Johnson. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just kind of a mismatch there at that line.
Right.
For one of the most important positions in IDP, it's just blah, right?
They do that.
And I know it has a lot to do with that 3-4 defense that they play, that mixed
Right.
3-4 defense. But we don't like no 3-4 defense. Get the shit out of here, man. Just can everybody go to 4-3s, so we can all play some IDP, you know what I mean? Can everybody just go to a 4-3? But
Yeah.
it's that one LA team in there that wants to run that crazy gizmo gadget, man, 4-3 defense, and I or 3-4 defense, and I can't stand it, Russ. I can't stand the 3-4, bro.
They do got Leonard Floyd. I mean, he's been pretty decent when he was in Chicago and everything. And then that rookie outside edge guy, Terrell Lewis, I like him too.
Terrell
But
Lewis, yeah. And
yeah,
that's kind of my
but,
point. That's kind of my point. Imagine if this team is a 4-3 defense, and
right,
imagine if we can start Terrell Lewis, or imagine if we can put him on a taxi squad as a defensive end.
right,
Rather than having that leeway of what we don't know what he's going to be, what's going to happen.
right,
Even if he does play the edge there, he's still going to have a guy opposite of him, or outside of him playing that outside linebacker role. So
right.
it was just kind of a bummer to see Terrell laying there, because I agree. I thought he was, to be honest with you, I thought he was more of like a Jacksonville Jaguar. You know what I mean, Russ? Kind of one of the middle edge guys for the Jags. But anyway, Russ, tonight I wanted to get into nothing but IDP Superflex talk. We just got done with the Golden Ticket Gala, man. One of the biggest IDP drafts around, man. And I thought we could take a look at that. Everybody, my DMs, brother, is full of, okay, I'm in a two quarterback league where I need to take these offensive players, but when do I start taking that IDP, man? So I figured we could get into that, and also off of that, jump into some of the buy lows, man, because there's some great buy lows, especially when you get into an offensive IDP mixed league. There's some great
Right.
buy lows, bro.
Yeah, yeah, there are. And I was actually just looking, for people just getting started. And obviously, the only thing they can look at, is probably Fantasy Pros and then ESPN, to see what their top ones are, because those are the big names out there, as far as a new guy trying to get into this. And then hopefully maybe they follow us and we can give them a little bit more in depth knowledge on some of this stuff. But man, they got rankings all over the place with some of them guys, and it's just crazy. But as
It
far
is
as,
crazy, and you can't trust none of it, right, Russ? I mean, even
right,
one of our best buddies does the ADP for as good as he can. Gary Davenport with MFL. But if you get auto pick,
hey, your sound went out, bud. Can you hear me? You still good? All right. Anyway, so what we got as far as the super flex with IDP, there's
I'm back. I'm back.
you're back.
I'm back.
All right.
I'm back. We had the old headphones go dead, buddy.
Oh,
How's the communication with it on the computer? It's going through the computer now instead of the headphones. So is it still okay?
yeah, you sound good. Yeah,
Okay,
still
bro.
sound.
All right.
Yep,
All
you
right.
good.
So heck, man. I look.
Hey,
It's a
that's
blue
that's it.
headband.
Predator. We got the Predator tonight.
Oh, okay, Russ. I'm gonna go ahead and get the gala pulled up here, buddy. If you want to go into uh, Russ, when is the appropriate round to start looking at IDP in a super flex league? Is
Uh,
it round 2 or 3, Russ, or is it like do
oh,
you
you
go
can go
ahead and get
later.
that base of that offensive team,
Yeah,
Russ, and
you can
then
go later for sure. Yeah. Um, with a super flex and your scoring, I mean, I'm just going to probably go based off of what I know that I've been around. And I would probably go, if it's the guy, I know a lot of people are probably reaching for Darius Leonard, like maybe around 4 or 5. You know, you want to do something like that. I guess I kind of understand some of that to some degree. But that's, I mean, if you're going for the best value, the best bang for the pick for where you are in the draft and let that stuff fall to you, you can end up with a Chuck Clark way down there, and he's got the potential to put up some great numbers. As far as that's concerned, because you are going to build a little bit of your offense just because that is a little bit more of the nucleus, and some people's leagues are a little deeper. So you kind of do want to, if I'm in at 3 wide receivers and I need 3 linebackers, honestly, I'll probably grab one good wide receiver, and then I'm probably going to grab 2 good linebackers and back to wide receiver. But this year it might be, I don't know, it might be kind of even with the depth of those positions. Are both pretty deep, with the quality. There's more of a drop off on the offensive side the lower you go compared to the defensive side. That's definitely something that I've noticed, the last few years and paid attention to and stuff like that. So even on an injury, you get somebody injured, um, a la Eric Weddle, with the Rams, and then Taylor Rapp comes in. That's wasn't really much of a drop off, little learning curve for him to get you some points a little consistently, but at the same time, he had some good weeks in there. So that's definitely watch for a couple backups at a few teams or whatever, especially when you get them rookie involvements and things of that nature. So other than that, I don't think you can narrow it down to a specific round, but I guess if you wanted to somewhat do that, and if you were overreaching, I don't, man, 4 or 5, I guess, in a 12-team plus league is probably going to be all right. A 10-person league, you're probably going to even wait a little bit longer, and then I mean, you could wait till maybe rounds 8 to 10 or something in that nature, and still get you some good value at those picks. Is what I would recommend.
I agree, buddy. And I got it brought up now. The Golden Ticket Gala. If many people don't know about that, you can DM me to get in it for next year. All proceeds go to hashtag Hoodies for Hope, where I donate essentials for the winter, for the less fortunate in this area. There's a lot of people in this area that weather can affect their daily to daily job and not bring home the bacon, so to say. A cold winter can really put a dampen on the logging woods around here and really mess up some families. So what I like to do is just I go out and buy a bunch of hoodies, beanies, socks. I chop a bunch of wood and I distribute it to the families around here. Hoodies for Hope. If anybody would like to contribute to that, please DM me. If you'd like to get into the league next year, please DM me. But it's one of the biggest IDP drafts around, and I'm not saying that just to toot my own horn. It's a pretty big deal. I mean, we got some hitters in there, right, Russ? I mean, we go.
Yeah, there's some sharks, that's for sure.
we've got 15. We've got 3 conferences. We've got 15 teams in each conference, and all 15 teams and all 3 conferences know what the hell they're doing. I mean, this is the who's who of IDP leagues at the moment. And Russ, in my conference, the Chocolate Conference, it's Golden Ticket Gala, so it's a little bit of Willy Wonka themed. So we went with the Chocolate Conference, the Fruit Conference, and Hard Candy. We went with the Hard Candy Conference. The Chocolate Conference, I'm in. We didn't have a defensive player drafted, brother, until TJ Watt at 403, and that's in a 15-team league. So that lets you know. And that's not to mention, Russ, that TJ Watt said he's an edge in this league. Like he's not a linebacker in this league. TJ Watt is playing on the edge in this league, baby. I mean, that moves him up right there. So TJ Watt not going to the 403, tells you a lot about kind of how you should construct your team at first, right, Russ?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing for, I think, new people to understand and catch on to is the position designation on a lot of these players. I mean, if he, in Yahoo, that's what I'm in. He's listed just linebacker, so that drops him way down. I don't feel like his value is there unless you can add in some other little things like maybe QB hits or something to help counter that. But at the same time, as an overall, just strictly position based wise, he's not going to be that high as a linebacker.
And that's right, Russ. Why go messing with all the stats, messing with points scored, messing with all this when all you have to do is make a position change to put them outside linebackers as an edge rusher? I mean, it's not very hard to do at all.
Right.
On MFL, there's actually an option for you to click on, and it says change players' positions. I mean, it's not hard at all. It's very, very easy. And if you contact me, I bet I'll be able to get you a little discount there on them NFL boys. But hey, that's only DN. Hey, that's only DNs only now, Russ. You know about that. Don't watch it now.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's pretty cool.
But, it's not hard to do, Russ. In my opinion, it's a lot harder to go through there and change the scoring than it is, like you said, change the tackle for loss, change the sacks, change this. Okay, well, then the linebacker that gets 12 tackles a game, what happens if he gets a sack? Now that bad boy is worth 6. So now you got 12 tackles added on to the sack that this guy just got. This dude's up there in the freaking 30 points. I mean, we don't need people scoring 30 points on IDP for it to be relevant. Just make the position change.
Right. But hey, I'll take 30 points as an IDP guy, though.
Yeah. How you doing, Cameron Jordan? Come on now.
No, for sure. That the whole debate I think that's more of a bigger debate than it is anything out there on the IDP side. And hopefully these platforms can get some similarity. It'd be nice if they would maybe communicate, but at the same time, if they don't want to, I guess that's what we're here for. And we're doing all the grind work and helping out those people make a decision easier for them. So,
oh, Bengal Tiger, watch out there, Russ.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, like I said, there wasn't one gone till 4:03, but once they start coming off the board and somebody notices that they're coming off the board, they start coming, don't they, Russ?
Yeah. Once that is definitely a trend. When somebody gets taken, then it's all, oh crap. I better get my guy so nobody else takes him. So everybody's after their guy once they see that first IDP player pop off the board. And then that's what you can try to. I almost like to try to do that strategically, to be intentionally to do that, to throw people off, to hopefully come back to me, and then I get another offensive guy or something that I was kind of thinking about. That's and knowing your league and your league mates on how they draft, because when you're in the league and you're playing together, you know what some people's tendencies are and everything. So you play to that a little bit, and you get them a little nervous, throw them off their game a little bit.
What's the funnest thing when drafting? Zigging when somebody else zags, right? IDP just adds another level to that. You can zig and zag all damn day long, Russ. You know what I mean? When you add a linebacker, an edge, a defensive tackle, a cornerback, hey, buddy, we zigging and zagging everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all about how you want to build your team. It adds such another layer to it, Russ. I think everybody's missing out, buddy.
Yeah, and it was crazy to me being in that draft. I think I was in the hard candy conference, I believe.
That's
and
what I'm right now. Yeah.
I went with like a 0 QB approach just for something a little different, to be honest with you. And it got Big Ben, and then later on got Cam Newton, hoping that he would come back to play somewhere because he was still available and going to be a starter. That I wouldn't necessarily recommend to too many people, but at the same time, I was more curious just to see how the chips would fall and see how people of your guys' knowledge and caliber value certain things. So it was kind of a more learning experience on my end. watching the draft take place. And when you're only getting maybe through a round and a half a day, you can stare at it all day, or just kind of get a few people in your queue, kind of double check who people picked, and then go from there. But it was a fun, entertaining draft for sure. That was the longest draft and probably one of the more funner drafts I've been a part of. But hey, I'll be curious once they start playing.
Boys, they still drafted Russ. I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They still going, homie.
Yeah,
and it looks like that fourth round is kind of the norm there, Russ. Hey, honey, will you plug something up? Oh, never mind.
But, yeah. Anyway, what Doug?
The wife sabotaging me.
Lionel Joseph, the defensive tackle.
Oh, I'll tell you, these women, man.
Dry on.
There we go. All right, we'll just pick. Where was we, Russ? What were we talking? Oh, okay. The fourth round. It seems like that fourth round might be that hot spot, because that's where y'all's first IDPer went to, and Janelle Hunter. A lot of people are knocking him down. Whenever you look at a draft this size, this magnitude, and you see Janelle Hunter still being heavily involved in drafts like this, folks, you still need to perk up them ears, because Janelle Hunter ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you, Janelle Hunter's still going to be a man-child.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely the top defensive end, period. When you start those edge rusher guys like your TJ Watts, he's still up there in your top 3 to 5 for sure. Some people still might have him 1, but he's definitely a game changer for your IDP team.
Russ, the Tiger ain't scaring you, is he?
Oh, no.
I'll put him in the bed if he's getting to
you. That's funny.
All right, Russ. But there's a drop off after that first IDP goes at 401. You don't see really. You got Aaron Donald sprinkled in there, of course. Blake Martinez in y'all's division.
Right.
DK Baller. That's a guy that he went 4th overall there, Russ, in y'all's division. Seems like DK Baller's still a fan of the old Martinez. They're in what do you think about Martinez? I see a lot of people dropping him, Russ. I mean, like a habit.
I don't understand it. All he does, he's a tackling machine, man. He's still going to get you tackles. Just because he's on a different team doesn't mean he lost his knowledge of how to tackle. So, I mean, I got him somewhere in the 4 to 7 range or whatever. So, yeah, I think I was a little upset because I think a few picks before me, I was really hoping to get Levante David, because he's another one that's been really disrespected, I believe, in drafts. Not to say I'm obviously a Husker, but at the same time, that guy is up there with Bobby Wagner's when you put together the last 5 years of how many tackles, pass deflection, tackle for loss. The guy is he's a beast. I know they got Devin White, but I think that's also a defense that you can produce that type of productivity from both linebacker spots.
I'm seeing who you took right here, Russ, and I want you to talk me into him now, because it's somebody that I don't own on a single roster here. We're going to talk offense. We're going to talk offense just for a minute, Russ.
Offense?
Darren Waller, brother. Talk me in. Talk the Tiger King in here, brother, to buy Darren Waller one time this offseason.
The guy is he's an athletic freak, man. I've always been a fan of the Vernon Davis's type, and I was hoping Waller could do that. And with being with Las Vegas Raiders, I guess now, and Derek Carr and their wide receiving was not very good, so Waller kind of picked up the slack there. I'm hoping that they can follow in the same and keep that going.
It's invisible, Russ. You see it? I didn't mean it.
I know. I do.
Way to not mark it right there. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, to the beer sponsor that I'm drinking every single time we record this, if you would like to get in contact with me or Clutch Russ, we would be glad to sponsor your alcoholic beverage. Oh, sorry, little drip.
So it's still got
Woo!
going on.
Good, Russ. Where are you going on vacation? Before we get any further in this, where are you going, buddy?
Oh, we're just gonna take a little trip up the street to Valentine. I'm in North Platte, so we're going to Valentine, Nebraska. This is
Come
where we're
south.
headed.
Come south. Well, come on down south. You got to go. I believe you'll have to go through Kansas. You'll have to go through that whole shithole state right there, and then you'll have to come through the bad parts of Oklahoma and that up there up north. Drive real fast through that, Russ. Drive real fast through Tulsa. It's bad around Tulsa. But once you get through Tulsa, hey, you in God's country right there, Russ. Come see me, buddy. We'll ride some side by sides, man. We'll go noodling, buddy. Hey, I'll show you. Tiger.
Do that barehanded. Do that underwater bow fishing.
Yeah. Oh, bow fishing. That is one of the funnest things, man. That is so underrated, bow fishing. Especially because you got the little reel. You know, whenever you're pulled back and you're lined up on one, you let it go. And as soon as you let it go, man, you got to get right on the reel, man. That's just a rush, man. As the Legion of Doom used to say, what a rush.
Best tag team champions there were.
Hey, that's why we're a good tag team. That's why we're good. That's what I'm talking about right there, Russ. Hey, I'm going to let you be Hawk. You're Hawk, right? And I'm Animal, right? I mean, I think our attitude's kind of, Hawk and Animal, right? Yeah, I thought that's it. That's it right there.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
We 30 minutes here, buddy. We opened this up. I opened this up to any questions here, Russ. We didn't get many of them, buddy. I had one was, do you take your first IDP player before you have both of your quarterbacks? So I'm guessing this question is they're in a super flex, which means, and if you're in a super flex, let's face it, you better be starting a damn quarterback in the spot that you can. Right? I mean, that's the way I play. Like, there's no other person that's going to get to play in that flex unless, like, I'm on a bye, injury, something like that. So, super flex, two quarterback, tomato. It don't matter to me. If there's a position that I can start a quarterback in, I'm starting him. You know what I mean, Russ? There he goes. Getting it in there.
I think that question is pretty wide open.
Are you taking an IDP before you get both of those quarterbacks, Russ? Are you?
Oh, not both. I'll get one quarterback for sure. Depending on where I'm at in the draft. If you're at the turn and you end up getting, who's some players that are dropping? Maybe I don't know. Aaron Rodgers. Let's say you get Aaron Rodgers and you team him up.
I mean, a Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, think about how far
he's dropping. Yeah, right.
And my article, it's dropping. I gotta drop it tomorrow, Russ. Actually, Dennis has been on me today. Where the hell's this article? But anyway, it's coming soon, Coach. I promise. It's fun. Everybody go follow Dennis at Culture Coach. He's one of the best dudes you ever meet on Twitter. Anyway, article's coming, and it is about Russ, what Kyle Shanahan did with as little as he had when he went 6-10 after Chip Kelly went to an eternity with the team right before him. Kyle Shanahan comes in, goes 6-10, and you ought to see some of these numbers, Russ, that's going to come out in this article that he put up in this offense, buddy, with C.J. Beathard and Brian Hoyer, with top wideouts, Marquise Goodwin and Pierre Garçon. We're not talking about Pierre Garcon when he played like Steve Smith. We talking about Pierre Garcon when he playing like the old man Des Bryant. You know, we ain't talking about good Pierre Garcon. So, you know, this is what the guy did. I mean, they were 7th in total points. They were 2nd in pass attempts. For people to think that Jimmy G is this low of a quarterback is kind of, I think it's a great buy low, and I think we start off on buy lows right there with an offensive guy in Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's one of the best buy lows this year going, Russ.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of mixed feelings about him, that's for sure. I mean, I'm a big Deebo Samuel guy. I like Deebo Samuel, to be honest with you. But I'm in my own league, and I got Robert Woods, and I'm probably going to keep Woods. But if I could make it happen, I would try to keep Deebo as well. I know he hurt his foot, but I think he's supposed to be a full go before the season starts. That's well, and then you got George Kittle, which people talk him up, but there's a little bit of inconsistency with him too. You know, he's a great blocker and great for their run game, as you noticed in the Super Bowl and everything throughout the playoffs. The
And
guys,
that's another thing. Whenever Kyle was first starting, the similarities between Bill Walsh and Kyle Shanahan are crazy. In the first 2 years, they both struggled in the first 2 years. They both made their own teams the way they wanted to, and then flourished. You know, that's the way Bill Walsh started out. That's the way Kyle Shanahan started out, and everything didn't start out until they had their defensive line, the defensive, the way they wanted it to, Russ. And let's face it, just like you said to open this whole show.
oh, yeah, something. Well, when we get back to him, he was talking earlier about the quarterbacks and when to take them, and I kind of went mind blank there. But if I could pair up an Aaron Rodgers with, let's say, Drew Brees at the end of the round, I'm definitely going to do something like that and pick my IDP guy later. If I get a stud like a Deshaun Watson or a Lamar Jackson or Patrick Holmes, I'm going to wait, and I'll probably take another IDP guy before I take my second quarterback, which could be a Jimmy Garoppolo, to be honest with you. So sorry, I just kind of freelanced it there while you look like you had some technical difficulties, and just try to keep things pumping, bud. So
Nailed it, brother. I tell you what, man, we getting good at this shit, Rob. We're getting good, man. We getting good, Rob. We coming on up, baby. We, as George Sanford used to say, we're moving on up. We're moving on up.
yeah, hey.
I'm sorry about that.
Nope, sorry, you're good.
I got tigers in the fence. You know what I mean? It's been a long day, brother. It's been a long day.
I'm kidding. You need to get you one of them bull whips.
Russ, can you run one? Have you? Hey, funny. Hey, I gotta lead right into this, man. Hey, hey, this true story. Swear to God, we got this. The coolest thing close to me is 8 miles away, and it's called the Old Fort. It's where like the Indians came over and like dominated like the the settlers and ran them off their land, and started up the Dokesville and the Old Fort here, man. It's a cool historic thing that's happening around this area. And, every year we all meet out there at the Old Fort and they drag race horses. Swear to God, they drag race horses. There's this dude out there in the middle. He's dropping flags. And as soon as that thing hits the ground, boom, they gone, Russ. They gone, bro. And then hey, buddy, they got a decathlon. It's a decathlon horse race. You got to get off your horse, swim across the lake, man. You got to have a partner over there. Anyway, it's insane. Anyway, they got these bullwhip training. And whenever you're in school around here, you get to go out there to the Old Fort once a year, and they show you all these little seminars, right? Hey, let me tell you something. If you think I'm cocky now, you should have seen me about 7th, 8th grade. Boy, I knew it all then, Russ. I especially knew how to run a bullwhip. That's one thing I knew how to do better than anybody's run a bullwhip. At least that's what I told that guy out there before, right? That's what I told him. So he's like, "Oh, you ran one before? Here you go. So here we go, Russ. Here we go. I got the whole class watching me, right? I got the whole class are laid out there, right? And I'm strutting on out there to the middle. Bam! Right. Hey, dude, look, until this day, you can see where the hair don't grow no more right there on the middle of that lip right there. That's why that, that, that thing came back and split me wide open right down the middle of the lip. I turned around at him and I said, "Hey, man, something wrong with your boy."
That's hilarious. Yeah, that I've actually never really messed with the bullwhip, so
No,
just
bro, no, it's like nunchucks. It's like them
right,
nunchucks.
right. Yeah, no,
You're going to hurt yourself. Your enemy is not, they're going to be over there laughing at you. Like, this motherfucker done hit every phony bone he has. Got a cut on his lip. I got the nunchucks just bouncing off my elbows. Boom, 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 boom.
yeah, that's
All
good
right,
stuff.
well, hey, later in drafts. All right, we've got her both our quarterbacks, brother. Let's even say we got both our edges. We've got, because that's one thing you want to do in these mixed drafts. I'd say you want to get you want to try to get. I go linebacker, defensive end, Russ. I like to get them two spots at least a tier one guy. And when I say tier one, I mean top level. I mean your Danielle Hunter. I mean your Nick Bosa. I mean your Darius Leonard. I mean your Bobby Wagner. I mean, guys, you want to like you. I understand you want to zig and get the value. To me, Cortland Sutton is no better being your number two wide receiver than you getting Bobby Wagner in that spot instead. And I'd say that's a pretty good little ADP just off the top of my head there. You know, a guy like if you're looking at this board right now and you've got these linebackers and they're tier one linebackers and maybe a tier one D end here and there. And the offensive players you're kind of looking at would be your bottom of the barrel running backs. It would be your wide receiver twos per se. The Cortland Sutton. Do we know Cortland Sutton's going to be the wide receiver one in Denver, or do we think that Jerry Jeudy and them quick feet might land him the wide receiver one role? We're still not sure. So
Yeah,
that moves that wide receiver down a little bit, and that's when I take my IDP guys, Russ.
yeah. No, that's a good point. I think Wagner's probably valued a little bit more just because of what you said with Cortland Sutton, not necessarily knowing what the consistency you're going to get from that, and knowing Bobby Wagner is going to be consistent. I would probably be looking more at like maybe a Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf comparison, to be honest with you, because with Russell Wilson, he's going to get them the ball. So, I mean, it's tomato and tomato, but at the same time, you got to don't undersell your IDP player just for an offensive guy. You know what I mean? I think I want some decent value from, unless maybe you're going to go a little bit deeper for a wide receiver 3 and get maybe a draft pick or something like that. Like, I don't like how people under.
Them wide receivers are deep, in my opinion, brother.
Right.
Deep. They stay deep, brother. Just like that linebacking pool outside of your top tier, outside of your Devin Bushes,
Right.
your Bobby Wagners, your Darius Leonards, And, we'll piggyback off of that. We'll get out of the ADP talk right here, and we'll go into a little bit of tier talking, and that's going to get us into our buy lows, who we think are the best buy lows so far. Russ, I believe we're like 25 days away, baby. As I said, coming in here, the owners voted 29-3 to pick up, training camp on schedule. I think we are on schedule to have a season, but we'll not talk about that. Wes, I think our tier talking and how big of a gap these tiers are is a good point to come into our buy lows before we get out of here, brother. So I'll start with the defensive ends at tier one. And the tier ones, brother, we got Danielle Hunter. We've got Nick Bosa. And I know a lot of these are debatable, the rankings, but these are flat out tier one defensive ends. You got your Danielle Hunter, you got your Nick Bosa, you got your Joey Bosa, you got your Myles Garrett. Russ, outside of that first tier, who do we start in that second tier? Is it a personal favorite of mine, Melvin Ingram,
Huh.
or what is a good guy to start that defensive end tier 2 right there, Russ?
With tier 2, you know, you got a DeForest Buckner or a Justin Houston.
Okay,
I
Justin,
would,
I like
I
that.
would,
I know you're big on him this year. I know you're
yeah,
big on him.
I've been noticing that every time I make notes, I'm almost writing down the same guys and talking just a little bit more about them, whether it's their snap percentages or whatever, just kind of feeding a little bit more information out there about a player. But I definitely have tried to get around that. So with that being said, and I did mention and follow up with Bud Dupree from our last show that I wanted to talk about, and with having TJ Watt on the other side, and hopefully, you know, being a believer that Stephen Tuitt is going to be able to wreak havoc like he did before he got hurt. And Dupree being in a contract here, he's going to be looking to get paid. He's going to play out of his mind. So that's a guy I'm definitely that's way low in drafts that I'm going to probably take pretty good value pick for him after going for some offensive guys that he'll drop to me and I'll snag him up and be completely happy with. And then to add piggyback on that is Bradley Chubb being injured last year. It's been kind of interesting to see. I think Fantasy Pros had him ranked like 40 something, and then they look over at ESPN and they got him ranked like in the teens. And I'm like, well, you know, for a new guy looking this stuff up, you know, depending on what website you're using, you're going to kind of get mixed feelings about things. And I believe Bradley Chubb is one of those top edge guys that are going to probably have at least 10 sacks if he stays healthy and everything else. So that's another guy I'm going to look for on the defensive line edge, so to speak, in that nature.
I'm gonna go deep there, Russ. I'm gonna reach in that old tiger's mouth right there. I'm gonna reach in there and I'm gonna get one out. I'm gonna go John Simon with the New England Patriots here. There is a crap ton, Russ, of Chase Winovich fans. I got to talking with Tom Kissenberry a little bit about this the other day. Article coming after the 49ers article coming about this, about the value you can get in these old timers, man. The Jerry Hughes, the Whitney Merciless, the DJ Readers, they're now in Cincinnati. The Bud Duprees, you know, they these guys are almost an afterthought in IDP worlds now, you know, because rookie. Hey, I'll bring up the show I was on last week. Rookie fever. It's rookie fever, Russ. Man, they all got it so bad that I love the call of Bud Dupree because they let Javon Hargrave go. It was between paying Bud Dupree, Javon Hargrave. Flat out, bottom line, Pittsburgh Steelers had to pay somebody in that defense, and it was either Hargrave or Bud Dupree. They paid Bud Dupree because they think he is that much of a presence. I love that. You get TJ Watt going at 403. You don't see Bud Dupree's name, brother. You don't see him until people have pretty much formed out their offensive rosters. The roster's done,
Right.
and Bud Dupree will end up being maybe somebody's third defensive end. You only have to start two. Bud Dupree can be a bench guy for you right now. That it's ADP value all day long.
Right. Well, he could also be a linebacker 3 or 4, depending on how deep. Because we start. I mean, we start a lot of peoples in that league, so I
Yes,
would almost start him to some degree if I had to, and be perfectly fine with that.
for sure.
Especially in that division. I mean, you're going against Baker Mayfield, that offensive line.
Lamar Jackson running all over the place.
Well, that one's going to be a tough one, but yeah.
But somebody's got to tackle him, Russ.
Right,
Somebody's got
right.
to tackle the guy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then they got a rookie in that division too with Joe Burrow. So I mean, them guys are going to be able to play some, not so subpar
I
teams.
agree. I agree, man. Russ, is it out of the realm of the possibility that the Cincinnati Bengals finish better than the Cleveland Browns this year in that division? Is that out of the realm of possibility that the Bengals finish better than the Browns? I mean, the Browns have the flashy toys and the flashy weapons, but let's face it, Russ, that shit ain't worked out so great so far.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it'll probably come down to whether, how the offense clicks together with Cincinnati. Um, Joe Burrows and AJ Green's health. I mean, there's a lot to be said there. I mean, yeah, with the Browns, you got all the offensive firepower supposedly, but just seemed like he couldn't get it done. I mean, yeah, I like Baker Mayfield. He's got a heck of a story to him, and I'll follow him or whatever. But at the same time, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't expect you to. I don't. Some of them rivalries back in the day, man.
There might be somebody watching this later on. I can't bring myself
One
to
of
do
the things I want to do, one of the things I want to do in the future, maybe at a downtime or something, I'd love to watch some old Nebraska OU Big 12 championship games with you, man. Like put it up in the middle of the screen, brother, and me and you sit back and watch some Nebraska OU Big 12 championship.
Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. That 09 year, we should have beat your guys' ass.
I remember Quentin Griffin. Hey, Quentin Griffin was standing. Who them feed, baby? Them feed, baby.
Sue about did another one like he did to Colt McCoy the year. Who was it? Was that Bradford? I think that was Sam Bradford.
I think that'd be a blast, man. We'd get together and watch some of the old Big 12 championships with Nebraska, I think it'd be a good time, man. So y'all look for that in the future, man. Me and Russ talking some crap to each other, talking some crap to OU. We're nice to each other on this show, but you put that OU, you put that red and white in front of us, we turn to other people. Ain't that right, Russ?
Have to roll the sleeves up.
Yep. I might have to put some on for that one. Russ, hey, man, before we get out of here, we brought up the Cleveland Browns real fast, man. One of my sleepers is going under the radar, Jacob Phillips from LSU. I believe he's one of the best tackling linebackers in this rookie class. And the only thing in his way is Mac Wilson from running that linebacking core right there. I believe he can step in on weak side, even run that weak side linebacking role. So Jacob Phillips, LSU, Cleveland Brown. I believe that's a real good buy low right now. Probably even available on your waiver wires. Pretty much anybody watching this, Jacob Phillips from the Cleveland Browns is available on your waiver wire right now. Russ, give these beautiful people one guy that you almost guarantee is available on waiver wires, brother. This is the Waiver Wire Warrior minute of the show, man, right here. Sponsored by MyFantasyLeague.com, the most customizable fantasy site in the game. You can have your little laser beam shooting at each other. Me and Russ, we're going to take MFL, baby. Anyway, on to the Waiver Wire Warrior. Mine's Jacob Phillips, LSU, Cleveland Brown, baby, rookie. Russ, you got us one, baby? You got us a Waiver Wire Warrior?
I do, and it's going to be kind of conflicted because I like the other guy as well, but TJ Edwards for Philadelphia.
Say it again, bro.
TJ Edwards out of Philadelphia.
I like the Wisconsin boy. I like him.
Yeah, another damn rivalry for my Huskers, but anyway. That's a whole nother story. But
tackling machine. I believe he set tackling records there at Wisconsin. I believe his junior and senior year. I believe he set tackling records there, Russ.
Yeah, he's a tackling machine, and he was just so people didn't believe in his versatility, and so they would try to have him be a 2-down linebacker where he didn't do all that bad in pass coverage. So, I mean, with camp and everything getting rolling and getting some snaps, and hopefully, give him some confidence, I think, maybe on drop, because even Wisconsin drops back into zone. So he did great there when he was in college. Yeah, this is a whole nother level, but I think his athleticism is just being overtalked. I mean, you got athleticism as a football player, and you got a football player just playing football, and that just seems like that's what he's a football guy playing football. And he can make it happen. So
that's beautiful. That was beautiful. I know you knew that was beautiful. As soon as it came out your mouth, you was like, God damn, that sounded good. God damn. Whoa, Stuart's got to be proud, baby.
Hey, that's great. Woo. That's what we're shooting for.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I remember that dude. God, man. He's what made me freaking have my passion for sports, man. Stuart Scott.
Heck,
Boom!
that's one of the reasons why I started waking up early before going to school is to watch freaking Sports Center before school. Like,
100%.
what other kids are waking up at 6 in the morning to go to school? They
Yeah. Hey, true story, man.
watch catch up on sports.
We only had about 5 channels, right? One of them was Saved by
Right.
the Bell. That's what always came on in the morning, Saved by the Bell. And then you had, it was like Wapner, like something like Wapner, People's Court, something like that, you know. And if Mama was home, I don't get to watch, you know, Scott Van Pelt and Stuart. You know, I don't get to watch guys in the morning, you know. But Mom would always come in there and she'd knock on that door. She'd knock on that door, Russ. You in bed? You in bed? What you in there watching on that TV? What you in there watching? It was always Stuart Scott calling home run balls and baseball. That's all it was. That's all it was. You know, she always thought I was in there doing something bad at 1 o'clock in the morning. Nope. I'm just trying to see, with derogatory credit, you can buy a brand new car. That's all I'm waiting on, you know. Russ, before we get out of here, brother, one more guy. I got one more here.
One more.
Let's recap the show a little bit. Russ and Jamal Adams. Who's the manufacturer? Let's get it out real fast. I'll go with you. Go ahead, go with yours. I'll come with mine real fast. Let's hit them. Recap the show, buddy. Jamal Adams trade. Who's the biggest benefactor for redraft? Who are we looking for Dynasty, Russ?
Well, with that being said, I think it helps almost all the IDP guys on Seattle's team. To be honest with you, it ups everybody's level there. As far as the Jets go, they're getting Bradley McDougall back, I think. So
one thing we need to point out here, buddy, is with the shortened. Well, I mean, I know we're starting camps on time and stuff, but let's face it, this Ashton Davis rookie, he's not going to step in and start running the Giants defense. I mean, day one, whenever you have Bradley McDougall that's coming over from already an NFL defense like the Seattle Seahawks, he's obviously going to be able to run your New York Jets defense. That's what I'm saying. You know, your Seattle defense is a little bit more complicated than that East Coast defense. I mean, that's flat out it. I mean, I don't think Bradley McDougall takes a back seat to a rookie on a COVID shortened, whatever you want to call it, Russ.
Right. Yeah, I have back into the Jets is just terrible.
It's terrible. You know what back end is sore right now? And that's the Seattle Seahawks back end for taking this deal, Russ, because I hope the Jets lose. I hope they use some lube. I hope lube was involved with this deal, Russ. Or
yeah, you know, I don't know. You look at it two different ways. You look at it two different ways. Seattle's wanting to win a Super Bowl right now. The Jets, obviously, they're not trying to win a Super Bowl right now. So that part of it, I like it on Seattle's side. I mean, if you could tell me I'm going to trade 2 first and win the Super Bowl, I think teams are going to do that every day, any day. But for the Jets trying to build a team on what they got in return, I think they're probably a little bit happy. They just ain't going to see it until another year or two. So as far as if we're looking at it from that perspective. And then
I like that, Russ. Who's the Russ? I don't know why I can't think of it right now, brother. Who's the rookie wide receiver they took the last year?
The Seattle?
Yeah, Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
DK, okay.
Yep.
Then who's the one in New England?
New England. Was that N'Keal Harry or whatever?
N'Keal Harry. Okay. I don't know why I get DK and N'Keal mixed up all the time. I don't know. You think they're that similar players? Are they that similar? Is that why I maybe do that?
They're both pretty big bodied wide receivers. Yeah, I think N'Keal Harry's a big bodied wide receiver.
You know, I'm always thinking IDP, brother. So that offense is like an afterthought, you know. So
yeah. No, I hear you.
Receivers, man, and I'm like, I think it's N'Keal Harry, and I was fixing to say it, and I was like, nope. Not gonna look stupid. Nope.
It's just like the news. We can be wrong one day and right the next. So what the hell?
I ain't worried about it no more. I got these pretty kitties, you know what I mean? I got these pretty kitties. You know, living life, baby, living life. You know what I mean? Russ,
Sure.
you got anything going on, buddy? You dropping any more of them IDP blitz? When's the latest one that's came out? You got anything going on?
Well, I've actually been working on a little bit of an article that I thought some players were probably being a little overlooked, and Deion Jones. I've, I've thought he might be being overlooked, but looking at some people's rankings, man, they got him ranked up there pretty high. Kirksey, actually, I like Kirksey. I know he's coming off of an injury as well. I think
He's getting expensive. He's getting expensive for me. Hey,
yeah, I know I got mixed feelings about that guy, but
man, he's getting a little too expensive there.
yeah,
I seen a poll today that said, would you rather have Blake Martinez or Kirksey and Jayon Brown? Now, yes, I'd rather have Jayon Brown and Kirksey because that's two starting linebackers for one, Russ. You know, so I'm going to take the two starting linebackers for the one every time, especially when it's a guy like Blake Martinez. But I think we're undervaluing the guy extremely, brother. I mean, the guy don't miss snaps, Russ. He don't come off the field. He hasn't came off the field since he entered the league, brother. Blake Martinez is not going to come off the field. We seen what Alec Ogletree did there in New York whenever he had the opportunity and had all those snaps there. I mean, I think we are really undervaluing Blake Martinez here. I think we really are, Russ.
Yeah, I know I'm not. Everybody else might be, but he's up there in my list. So
I've
he
got,
dropped me. I will gladly click the draft button on Blake
I've got
Martinez.
him twice in this offseason, Russ, as my LB2, brother. I've
Really?
drafted my LB2.
So
I've
who'd you
drafted.
pick first?
I mean, I'll tell you right here. I'll tell everybody right here. My number one linebacker is Devin Bush. I said it on the last show with Johnny the Greek. My number one linebacker is Devin Bush. I've been taking Devin Bush, and I'm sure even people in the draft's been like, "Oh, I didn't expect Devin to go there. I might have took him a little later." And for some reason, that makes Blake fall. You know, whether it's the IDPers taking Danielle Hunter, or Darius Leonard.
Right.
Blake Martinez is slipping. He's falling. He's got to get up, Russ. As the great philosopher of our time, DMX, said, he's slipping and he's falling. We've got to get him up, Russ.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's and then another guy is CJ Mosley after he got injured. So pretty much just some guys that were hurt and coming back and have the potential to be an LB1. So just getting a little article put together and edited, proofread, all that jazz. So hopefully that comes out here sometime by the end of the week.
And where are you writing at, Russ?
That would be the Dynasty Happy Hour, our big sponsors of the show, Tyler Gunther and the guys, and just yeah, trying to crank out a little bit. What didn't look like a Christmas tree the last time it got video edited, and I thought, well, shoot, that just don't work out with trying to write these articles. I might just try to do some video article and just do it that way. I'm not a Shakespearean by no means. Evidently, my grammar ain't the best, so I'd rather just shoot the shit and just let them know that's how I feel about certain players, and if they want to take it for what it's worth, they can. If not, ain't no big loss. I'm just trying to share some information.
Hey, well, you homie be damn sure watching, brother. I watch everything you do, buddy. And I wouldn't have any other co-host sitting right next to me than Clutch Russ himself, man. I'm a big fan, buddy. And we need to get that following on up there, man, because you a hell of a follow, buddy. And hey, different strokes for different folks, brother. That's all there is to it, man. It's different strokes for different folks, man. I like the writing aspect. I like to put my creative side into it. The Washington Redskins article was kind of like a Stephen King novel, I like and the San Francisco 49ers, it's fixing to be a Star Wars article. I like putting my creative touch on it. but it's different strokes for different folks, baby. Also, like hearing people hear this country accent as well as that beautiful, beautiful Nebraskan accent, baby. I'm pretty sure it's
We don't
Nebraska.
have accents.
Yeah, you do. We all have an accent. Yes. Hey, buddy. I have I have a great time, man. It's like my little therapy, man. Every time I step on here with you, man, and me and you get to shooting the shit, buddy, it's just like, a weight lifted off, brother, man. It just relaxes me, man. And I love talking football with you, brother. Any time of the day, man. Anytime you need anything, reach out, buddy. And
Yeah, no problem. Do the same.
that's for sure. 100%, man. And before we get out of here, I'll plug these sponsors again. The wonderful, wonderful sponsors that make this possible. MyFantasyLeague.com. Thank you for everything you do for me. Thank you so much for helping me organize Hoodies for Hope. Thank you for being right there at DMs when I'm setting this thing up, seeing where I need to send all the charity money to, seeing what I can do for my fantasy league to help y'all grow as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to myfantasyleague.com, the most customizable fantasy site in the game. Thank you so much for sponsoring IDP Power Hour, as well as TrophySmack.com. Use the promo code, all caps, Oklahoma, OKLAHOMIE. That's a little thing we do there in the Midwest to let you know we still run this shit. We use the IE, Russ, is what we do. OKLAHOMIE, Oklahoma. Use that promo code to get a $60 ring for any trophy purchase. Woo! Can't beat that, Russ. I know
No,
you need to get one for that home league, Russ. I know you got one of them corn huskers. Y'all come over there. Maybe put some corn on the grill, leave them in the husk, put some butter on it, salt, pepper that bad boy, and just have one of them big old corn husker parties. Get you Trophy Smack. Don't tell nobody about the promo code. Don't tell nobody about that. And then you just walk around and tell everybody, oh, I won this. I won this last year. This ain't nothing but a $60 blinged out ring. That's all that is. Just one of them blinged out rings, from one of my leagues. Boom, Russ. You're a celebrity, bro. Wear it to the grocery market. Go pick up that bread. People's like, whoa, did you win a state championship? Nope. Just got this blinged out ring. Just boom, Russ. That's all I'm talking about, baby.
I like it.
We love you. Me and Russ love you so much. And thank you so much for letting us do this here, because we couldn't think of a better place to have the IDP Starship than right here at IDP Power Hour on Dynasty Happy Hour platforms. Ain't that right, brother?
Heck yeah. Yep. You said it all, man. That's awesome. I just love trying to get the more information out there to new people so it doesn't seem like it's overwhelming, and it's not that hard, man. It's a lot of fun. It'll open up your mind to a whole nother realm of fantasy football.
And just for that, I'm going to name a tiger after Russ tonight. I got tigers being born. One of them's going to be Russ tonight on the show. Never get off the shed. Never get off the shed. Okay. I got guineas all over the place. I got guineas.
All right.
I got chickens. Russ, I love you. Thank you, Dynasty Happy Hour. We love you too. Tyler Gunther, everybody over there at Dynasty Happy Hour. This is IDP Power Hour, the main IDP Starship Enterprise, baby. Don't go anywhere else for any IDP video knowledge. This is where it's at, Russ. This is where it's at, baby. Ain't nowhere else you're going to see Bengal Tigers. You're going to see Tremaine Edmonds jerseys. You're going to see that other picture you got up there on the wall. Ain't nobody going to see that. But right here, IDP Power Hour. Oklahoma.
I believe it.
72. Y'all better follow him. If y'all don't follow at Clutch Russ 72, so help me God, every one of y'all. You hear me?
I have to release the kitties.
We will never get off the shed. IDP Power Hour. I'm Oklahoma Doug. That's Clutch Russ. This is Oklahoma Doug with a messed up video. Here I am. All right, I'm back. All right, we're here. Live on location. All right.
Okay.
All right. Russ, you still here? Russ.
Yeah, still good, bud.
You see the hat now? Whoa.
No, it's still all predatored out.
I know that's my predator skills. Whoa, there it is, Russ.
Yeah.
Russ, you need to get you one of these.
Yeah, no, that looks good.
That's a good hat, ain't it? That's a good looking hat, man. I think they got beanies.
Oh, they got.
It was Clutch Russ.
Hey,
Clutch Russ on IDP Power Hour.
nice.
All right, Russ. I'm gonna put this right here, Russ. Stay online, Russ. Okay.
All right, sounds good, bud. Yeah,
Stay online. Stay there, Russ.
yeah. Fireworks gonna blow. Oh shoot, he better not be naked. A little play-by-play. Falling over. Nice.
Bye, Russ.
See you later.
You can leave now, Russ. Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, Russ. Okay, I gotta get wiped off here. Somebody bring me. Hey, baby, let me get one of them towels. I fell in the stall. Yeah, just throw it there. Hey, we bring some. Never mind. I can't say that. No, I can't say that right now. I just noticed we're still on. All right. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. All one of y'all. We love you. IDP Power Hour. Oh, still on. We're still on.